The book that I chose for this final project was Are You Talent Obsessed? Unlocking the Secrets to a Workplace of Raving High Performers. There is a quote at the start of the book that reads, "Leaders who are talent obsessed understand that without an engaged and talented workforce, the execution of their strategic plan is just a hope and a dream." If you want to tap into your talent obsession and create a team of high performers, then I recommend this book to you. The author of the book, in which this presentation is based on, is Beth Armnecht Miller, and she is the CEO of Executive Velocity, which is a top talent and leadership development advisory firm. Miller is a trusted executive consultant and is certified in Myers-Briggs, Hogan, and Business DNA. Miller's insight and expertise has made her a sought-after figure on the topic of hiring, leadership development, and succession planning. So what does it mean to be a talent-obsessed leader, you ask? In order to be a talent-obsessed leader, you must realize the value of your employees and recognize that they are the core of your organization. The growth of your company depends on the right employees. This is the factor for sustainable success as well as long-term growth. The foundation of an organization is its employees. Another quote that was listed was, "Talent-obsessed leaders are those that focus on the foundation first and everything second." This writing was designed to help business leaders learn how to make the most of their talent by managing and developing them. It helps the reader to orient their leadership style around a commitment to finding and cultivating high performers. The section that was Build Your Talent Obsession, Miller explains that a failure to develop talent is a failure to invest in the future of your organization. Organizations without mature, driven, and empowered talent will continually see projects derail because of a lack of understanding and resilience. The bottom line is, by focusing on and entrusting in top-performing talent, it will allow you to let the small things go and free up your time to tackle the big picture. Only then will your organization have the capacity to move into the future and achieve long-term sustainability. Why does it matter? 1. Strong talent means strong growth. 2. Keeping talent saves money. And 3. Employees who are engaged perform. Starting off with number 1, strong talent means strong growth. In order to grow your business, you must grow your people. In a particular study, business leaders were asked the question, what might derail your company's growth or even threaten its survival? 80% of these leaders answered, the sudden loss of a key employee. It was also noted that investing in your talent is imperative. Number 2, keeping talent saves money. Every business leader knows the cost of retaining a customer is significantly less than the investment required to acquire a new one. The same story applies to staff. It was shown that replacement costs can reach as high as 50 to 60% of an employee's salary. The costs associated with employee turnover are severe, and losing employees can also hurt your business's performance and make it increasingly difficult to manage. Employees who are engaged perform. This one is for number 3. When creating culture at an organization, it is important to keep your employees feeling appreciated as well as challenged. This is necessary in order to possess a work environment where employees are consistently engaged as well as motivated and have a willingness to grow within the company. Your employees are at their best and their most beneficial to the organization when they come to work fresh, engaged, and eager to contribute. And as a leader, it's within your power to keep your employees engaged. When talking about talent obsession, the key to great leadership, number 1 is why start with engagement. Companies with higher employment engagement reported higher profit levels. Engaged employees want to be present and want to work hard. And it was also found that these employees are more productive, profitable, customer-oriented, safety conscious, and loyal to the organization. Number 2, what is engagement? Employee engagement is the emotional commitment that an employee has to the company and its goals as well as its mission. Number 3, keeping employees on track. In order to keep a level of commitment going amongst your employees, here are tips to keep engagement a priority. The first is focus on outcomes, meaning having certain procedures in place to measure successes for each employee in the organization so they know where they stand. 2, communicate, meaning inform your employees of the engagement programs available to them. Communicating with your employees to emphasize the values and the goals of the company are also beneficial. And the final one is development. In order to manage the organization's growth, as a leader, you need to implement a support structure to find and develop talent. Rhythms of talent management obsession. Daily coachable moments is the focus of this slide. Being a leader means you are accountable to develop your workforce talent, and this is one of your biggest responsibilities. Developing your employees is a process. Identifying their actions and behaviors will help overcome potential roadblocks on their personal, professional successes. And coaching the employee during instances of questionable or negative behavior will have more of an impact on their future performance. Another method is weekly team learning, meaning that during these meetings, you should focus on the accomplishments more than the disappointments, as well as encouraging employees to share their instances of successes instead of just being stuck on talking about negative occurrences that happen during their shifts. Monthly one-on-one scheduled time for team members. One-on-one time should be for the employee rather than the manager. During this time, it will help with accomplishing the employee's goals and development, highlighting successes since the last meeting, sharing what you observed of the employee's performance in order to highlight what they need to work on. And finally, you can also ask for the employee's personal feedback on how you can be a better leader. Quarterly talent management forecast and plan. This is for workforce reviews. The quarterly meetings that a business uses for reviewing and looking ahead should also have time set aside for a workforce review. The review should include a quarterly review of employee attitudes and values as well as performance, key employees, and succession plans. There were 5 steps to become a talent-obsessed leader that were discussed in the book as well. We'll start with number 1, which is act-obsessed, meaning development of your employee should be your number 1 priority, and acting obsessed about talent will result in good habits. 2, take time to mentor. An open door policy and availability to mentor your employees will benefit them. 3, put talent development on the agenda. Share successes during meetings. This is a good learning opportunity for all employees, even management. 4, provide constant feedback. Provide informal and verbal feedback when needed and when appropriate. And the final one, which is number 5, is plan around talent. Incorporate talent management into your quarterly forecast and long-term plans. Independent assessments was also discussed. And this slide is why every business needs an outside perspective. So you want to make sure your assessor is the right fit for your organization. a good mix of employees, peers, and managers with various amount of different skills in order to provide you with constructive criticism to help your business. Let all your employees contribute for true effectiveness, feedback from employees and frontline staff, and take honest opinions into consideration. Make sure important aspects are covered, which include the processes in place that allow company leaders to strengthen talent management, the actions, not just rhetoric, that demonstrate leaders see employees as their number one asset, the mission and values for the company and how they relate to a talent-driven culture, the talent strategy and how it connects with your overall business strategy. The next slide is how your organization can benefit from an independent party assessment. The first is unbiased point of view. The assessor should possess the knowledge of your industry required to put your leadership strategy into context. Benefit from the experience of a larger organization. A third-party assessor can help with resources, knowledge, and experience. And finally, an objective perspective on leadership. Ask for all the opinions and feedback you can get. As for the conclusion of this assignment, I felt as if this book was significant to our class because it can really benefit any organization, in my opinion. As long as there is a need for high-performing employees, this book will help leaders to implement the skills that they need to accommodate them in the workplace.